Shim Angel 37, Aniel. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. This is Taliesin McKnight, and today we've reached Shim Angel number 37, Aniel. This angel is especially associated with knowledge and learning. So this Shim Angel governs the arts and sciences, any type of knowledge or higher learning, and also could be associated with divine contemplations. So contemplations of holy things as well. So the sun has entered into the sign of Libra, and the first 5 degrees of Libra are governed by Aniel. You don't have to use special timing with these angels. Many people don't, and they get good, consistent results. However, many people find it useful. So according to the Divine Kabbalah, which is a dream grimoire specifically with Shim Angels, in which you put the sigil under your pillow, this Shim Angel governs the 23rd through the 27th of September inclusively, and really when the sun enters 0 to 5 degrees of Libra. So Aniel, if we go through the source material, obviously the earliest, we have Agrippa basically just gives the name and talks about how the names are extracted from Exodus or Shemot, chapter 14, verses 19, 20, and 21, and gives the names with Latin letters. Agrippa does that in 1533. And Johann Reuchlin's De Arte Kabbalistica, published in 1517. I always recommend this book because it is historical, but it's only like 20 pages or something, dealing with Shim Angels. But it tells us, it gives the Psalm verse, which for the most part matches throughout the tradition. And also, it tells us a little bit about the lore of the angels. It's actually pretty interesting stuff. I actually did like an hour-long reading of the section. Like I read through all of it and I posted it up. But Aniel. So the Psalm verse is consistent. The Psalm verse, the divine attribute, published in 1654 in Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Egyptiacus. The divine attribute is God the Lord of virtues. God the Lord of virtues. Athanasius Kircher's Latin has Deus Dominus Virtutum. So God the Lord of virtues. And the Psalm verses are associated with the 72 Shem Angels, except for one, which is actually associated with Genesis, the first verse. But the Psalm verses, for the most part, they've been associated with the Shem Angels in Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Egyptiacus, in Johann Reuchlin, throughout the tradition. Now, the Psalm verse associated with this angel is Psalm, in the Masoretic text, it's Psalm 80. Come on now. All right. Well, turn to us again, O God of hosts, and cause thy face to shine upon us, and we will be saved. So that is Psalm 80, verse 7. In the Septuagint numbering of the Psalms, that's Psalm 79, verse 8. But again, turn to us again, O God of hosts, and cause thy face to shine upon us, and we will be saved. So this angel in particular is associated with knowledge and learning. So any kind of knowledge or learning is associated with this angel. So this angel can be called upon. Let's say you're taking an exam in school, or let's say you're learning a new skill, a new language, something like that. Any kind of learning dealing with the arts or sciences, and also divine contemplations. This angel can also help you to learn spiritual things as well. So very powerful angel to work with. And then also the Shim Angel, also it said that it can bring someone fame and fortune because of their learning and their great eloquence and learning and knowledge. So it could actually bring someone a lot of recognition for their talent. So let's say you're learning a new skill. Let's say you want to accomplish something with your knowledge, whether it be spiritual or something mundane and material. Either way, Aniel is your angel for that. Now, some people may equate this with another Aniel, but I would, just my honest opinion, I think that these are distinct angels. Just my honest opinion. And even if they were the same, I think when you're dealing with different offices, it's its own angel. Aniel is Shim Angel number 37. So it's interesting. I've come full circle with the Shim Angels. This is where I started, and here we are back again with Aniel, Shim Angel. And that goes to show you, like, you don't have to wait until spring and work with Vehuya. You don't even have to cycle through all 72, use special timing. But I started with this angel, Shim Angel 37, Aniel. This is where I started last year, and here I go, continuing going through another cycle. So, like I said, you can begin now. You can begin whenever. Okay, and you don't have to hit each one, you know, it's however you want to do it. But this angel is very powerful for any kind of knowledge, and that includes esoteric knowledge or mundane knowledge. Aniel. So I highly recommend that people work with this angel. And how do you work with the angel? It's very simple. I put up all the different attributes and the qualities of the angel over the last 500 years as part of its lore. I put this up, and it's actually very simple. Get a candle, get some incense, call upon the name, recite the psalm verse, and have your interaction. Now, the interaction itself, some people get very vivid imagery or communications. And then there are other methods as well. It's also good. You're dealing with the subtle. You may get your answer through events. And also, it's very important to pay attention to dreams. It's very important to pay attention to dreams. So some people are very good at scrying and having these types of interactions. And I myself have had extremely vivid encounters. But, you know, we're all different. Like, John Dee, he didn't scry. He used Edward Kelly as a scryer. So if you're not getting real vivid stuff, also pay attention to your dreams and look for the answer to come to you. You could feel the presence of the angels. And of course, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the eating thereof. When you see things start to shift around a lot of people have worked with different types of magic for decades, and they start working with the Shim Angels, and things start really changing for them. So very powerful spirits, the 72 angels of the Shim HaMepharesh, and this today is Aniel, and we've completed the light half of the year, spring and summer, at least here in the northern hemisphere. We're now entering into autumn here in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere would be the opposite. And so now we're going to start working through the other side of the zodiac, basically. We're working through autumn and through winter, working through this cycle. So it's very exciting stuff, and this should give us more impetus, more drive to push forward and get, you know, to propel ourselves and have these amazing Shim Angel experiences. And by the way, I've made videos on how to work with the Shim Angels. I've made videos on astral projection methods, all kinds of stuff. So I actually have a playlist going on YouTube that has a lot of material there. A lot of stuff to sink your teeth into. So there's a lot of stuff coming out. I really hope that y'all work with this angel. Like I said, think of something that is close to your heart that has to do with this some type of knowledge, okay? Maybe it's esoteric knowledge that you seek. Whatever it may be. Aniel is your angel for that. So I hope that y'all work with this angel and keep getting amazing results and keep pushing through. We've completed half the cycle here. Well, I just completed a whole cycle, but in discussing each and every angel, we're more than halfway through now. And now we're going to go through the other side of the year. It's going to be amazing. So Aniel, Shim Angel of learning and knowledge in the arts and sciences and also divine things. The divine attribute is Deus Dominus Virtutum, or God the Lord of Virtues. So some people find it useful to contemplate, the divine name. And if you look in Agrippa's 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, again, in these videos, we try to look at the classical material. Many people, there's a lot of stuff. I just like to look at the history and kind of understand the history throughout the centuries. Okay, magicians have been working with these angels for centuries here, the last 500 years of this stuff. So the sun has entered into the sign of Libra, and if you go to the 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, actually it's book 2, the 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, book 2, chapter 14. So the Agrippa's 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, book 2, chapter 14, of the number 11 and the number 12, with a double scale of the number 12, Kabbalistical and Orphical. If you look here, there's an excellent little table here for Libra. Agrippa assigns the stone beryl as the stone of Libra. So there are modern, more new age ways of doing it, but I just like to go back to the classics, go back to Agrippa here is what I like to go to. There are other sources as well. But beryl, according to Cornelius Agrippa in the 16th century, beryl is associated with the sign of Libra. So any of these 6 Shim angels that govern the different quinaries of Libra, beryl would be a good stone. Like I often talk about, I have chrysoprase here that helps me to connect with my birth angel, Mitzrael, and I found it very useful. It helps me to kind of connect, and, it's not that the angels, I don't think, need these things looking down, but these things are meditative for us. They help us in looking up, so that we can look at the stars as a type of doorway. We can look at nature, we can look at ourselves, we can look at the cosmos as a way to kind of understand the divine mind, whatever that may mean for you. Because me personally, I try not to push any one perspective or any one belief. I think we all come to our own conclusions on things. And besides, I think it's best to approach things from the way of experiment rather than theory. Do things and see what happens. So that is Shim Angel 37. Aniel governs knowledge. And that could be mundane or esoteric knowledge. It's a Shim Angel of knowledge and learning. So that is Shim Angel 37. Aniel. Thank you to all of y'all that are following, going on this journey with me. We're on this journey together, working through these amazing beings. And there's a lot more to come, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see y'all in the next video.